Hi, we've teamed up with UK Auto Claims to see if you could be eligible to score thousands in compensation. If you've had any cars, vans or motorbikes on finance between 2007 and 2021, go to ukautoclaims.co.uk to start your free simple check. Loads of you will have overpaid and payouts could be worth thousands, so you've got to look into it. Hit up the link below and check now for free.
Marty from AFTV. Arsenal have just lost 3-1 on aggregate to Paris Saint-Germain and been knocked out of the semi-final in the Champions League. I am here with Daniel Potts, and I think I know how this is going to go. And I've been sat here watching the game with you, and I've seen your frustration. I've shared it with you, and the disappointment with the result and the performance. So, Dan, break it down for me.
The season's over. It's another trophyless season, and for me that's not acceptable at a standardist football club. I've made it quite clear that he needed to win this game and win the Champions League for his job to be safe. And as much as I know that he's going to stay another year, I would personally replace him in the summer. And I'll tell you as to why. I'll come into the game in a minute, but every moment that we've had where there's been a little bit of pressure, at any opportunity to win a trophy, we've collapsed. And since he's won the FA Cup back in 2020 in COVID, which is now 5 years ago, we've won 2 FA Cup games against Oxford and Crystal Palace, and we've lost all the others and gone out. In the League Cup, he's got to a semi-final this year, and to be fair to him, a few years ago he got to a semi-final against Liverpool. And in those 4 games, we didn't score 1 goal. Then we look at the scenario in the league this season, and at the moment, I don't know that we're going to finish second. Now, I don't mind that so much, because for me, I don't care where we come if we don't win it. I genuinely don't. We're going to get Champions League. Doesn't really matter if it's second, third or fourth, but we're going to get in the Champions League. But we could end up finishing between 15 to 20 points behind the winners. And the winners aren't Man City. The winners are Liverpool. Now, if I would have said that and set that up in a scenario for you, a lot of the people before a ball was kicked would have said, well, he's got to go. That's terrible. He's not won a trophy. He's finished 20 points behind Liverpool, not Man City, the winners. He's dumped us out of both domestic cups again. How did we do in the Champions League? We would have said we would have beaten Real Madrid. Oh, we're going, oh, that's pretty good. Did we win it? No. Oh, where did we? Well, we didn't really put in a performance home or away against PSG in the semi-finals. Not good enough, Marty. I'm sorry, and I know a lot of people will be screaming at me like they always do. Oh, it's so harsh, that's out of order. I don't see how it is out of order, if I'm honest with you, because the 3 teams that were in this semi-final had an elite manager. Simone Inzaghi's got to a final. That's 2 in 3 years in the Champions League that he's got to, and he's obviously won trophies with Inter Milan already. You've got Hansi Flick, who's was on for a quadruple, who's now on for a treble. And then obviously tonight you've seen Luis Enrique and what he's done. And let's be fair to PSG. I've seen this PSG team over the years have Galacticos in it. Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Kylian Mbappe. That's a team out there now. And do you know what? If they go on to win it, fair play to them. Because I think that shows that a team, when you put together, can win instead of individual quality. Because what we've seen is we can beat individual quality like Real Madrid, but we've come up against a better team tonight. And let's be real, in the low 2 legs, they've deserved it.
Do you think they're going to win the tournament?
I don't mind. But I actually think they probably will now.
Really?
I said to Lee earlier, I think actually who wins this game tonight will go on to win it. Okay. People thought that was mad for me because I'm apparently the negative one. I actually thought we would have won tonight. We would have gone and won the Champions League. Unfortunately, we're not going to find out now. And look, I don't want to start coming on. I don't want to become an echo chamber and people to get bored of me saying this all the time about, oh, you just hate the manager, you just hate the manager. But tonight I was disappointed with him again because for the first 15, 20, I thought to myself, here we go. 15-20, this is looking good. The intensity is there. We're in the first tackle. All of our duels are being won. There's actually some creativity. Martinelli's beating his man. I thought he had Hakimi on toast for the first 15.
Yeah, he did.
Rice has got to do better with his header. Potentially, you look at Martinelli with that chance. Donnarumma makes 2 world-class saves against Ødegaard and Martinelli. Then you look at the scenario of the last couple of saves that he made in the second half. But I didn't see any proactiveness from the manager again. I've got to be real with you. I thought he sat on his hands again. And I understand that he made changes. But if Ben White and Calafiori are coming on when you need to score 2 goals, I'm not really sure that's very proactive. And I'm not really sure that's very creative. Then I look at Trossard coming on. Yeah, I actually thought he was all right.
He did well. I
thought he did well. But it was like for like with Martinelli. And then I'm thinking, right, it's 75 minutes. Ethan, where are you? 80 minutes. Ethan? Anyone seen Ethan? 85? Ethan? Wow, 90, Ethan? He's not going to bring him on. No. Wow. Now that's poor, yeah. When I look at the scenario of who have we got, not really any spark, not really any moments players, not really any creativity. The first thing I saw that I thought Ethan needs to come on, James and me said it on the watch along. Saka cuts in, has a shot, it's looking like it's going top bins to the left, and Donnarumma makes a brilliant save. And I'm thinking, Ethan, bring him on, because he does that. He does that. He ain't going to make world-class saves like that all night. Let's do it. Doesn't bother to bring him on. So I've got to ask, this goes back now to everything that was wrong at the season gone. We look at the start of it. The summer was a shambles. Yeah. Marino was our best signing, and he's our striker that was bought as a midfielder. Calafiori hardly kicked a ball when he has glimpses of okayness. Sterling, waste of money. Neto, not good enough. Nothing else done. We get to January, nothing else done. Saka goes down injured. We think, horrible. Blessing in disguise. It's January. Thank God for that. At least he didn't get injured in March, or at least he didn't get injured in October when we got to wait for this long. And we do nothing. So now we're looking at the bench thinking, who's going to come on? We don't know, because we did nothing in the 2 windows to any sort to go and win any trophies. And then you're looking at the bench tonight thinking, who can come on and change the game? And now we're asking the same question. Talk to anybody around here. We need a striker. Again, well, we've needed a striker for 5 years. Aubameyang went in 2022, my bro. Yeah, and we've not replaced him.
We haven't.
And the people we've replaced him with is Havertz, who was a midfielder, Marino, who's a midfielder now playing up top, and Jesus, who's been injured for God knows how long, and been crocked for quite some time.
Who's a winger.
Who is not a striker. So I'm looking at this thinking, so Aubameyang was the last number 9 we had at the club, and we haven't decided to replace him yet. When the hell do we replace this guy? Granit Xhaka went 3 years ago. When we replacing him? When we upgrading on him? Kieran Tierney's still at the club, and I love Miles Lewis-Skelly, but I'm thinking, who's coming on to actually upgrade on Kieran Tierney, who overlaps and crosses balls in? Probably would have been a good opportunity for him tonight to come in and actually put something into the box. So, a lot of things wrong. I've fed up of ranting and raving. I'm fed up of people, he's moaning again. I just want to win. I'm a winner at this club, man. I grew up winning trophies under George Graham and Arsene Wenger. And at the moment, we don't look like a team that is got the know-how and the balls to get it across the line. And I do put that down to the manager and the team. This is his team. He installs that mentality. And for 5 years, not to buy a proper number 9 now, and you wonder why we ain't putting the balls in the back of the net. 7 semi-finals, 1 goal. That's not good enough.
That is poor, Dan. So, look, I'm going to end it on this. What do you want to see immediately, or, as soon as the season's over? I mean, the season's over now, essentially. But what changes do you want to see made? Who, where, how?
So let me go through what I would like to see, and let me go through what I think realistically has to happen. What I would like to see is probably the extreme to some people. I would then replace the manager, get the manager in who's got a winning CV, work alongside Andrea Berta and go, look, we've got a real foundation here now. Let's get these 6-7 players in and let's go and win trophies. That's not going to happen, right? We are going to keep Mikel Arteta. But Andrea Berta is probably one of the most important appointments now.
Definitely.
Because I don't want to be waiting another 4 or 5 weeks to try and get a midfielder across the line like we did Marino. I don't want it to take 6 weeks before Calafiori gets brought into the side. I don't want to have to wait another 8 weeks to buy, should we play him up top, should we play him in the middle? I want him to go and get a striker, done. Release clause, Gyökeres, done. I want us to go and get the winger that we want. If it's a release clause, brilliant. If not, go and get him in, done. I want us to go and get that midfielder that replaces or upgrades on Jorginho. I want us to go and bring a box-to-box midfielder in that has allowed some creativity or form of creativity to change up our midfield. And then if you want to go, you buy your goalkeeper back up and your defender back up as well. Brilliant stuff. So for me, we need 2 backups and we need at least 3, maybe 4 starters in this team. And that's what I want to be seeing early, man, because I'm sick and tired now of having to go through another season. Patrice Evra says it, Netflix FC. It is Netflix FC for Arsenal. This is what I mean. Like, I'm trying to remain calm without losing my head, bruv. But I don't even hate on people who say that now, because they're right, aren't they? Netflix FC, next season. Everybody will say, let's give him another season. Let's see what happens next season. Yeah. And then when we get to the end of the season, we can make a decision. Well, last season they said that. We've won nothing. The season is over. I think it's time for another year. Hang on a minute. I'm okay for saying another year, because give me some evidence as to why you think this guy's going to get us across the line. And nobody can do that. When are we going to win this trophy? Not sure, but I think we're going to get it close. You know, Stricto said to me the other day, it's that meme where you're digging for a diamond and the diamond's there and you stop and give up and walk away. He thinks it's that. But show me the evidence that that's the case. Show me the evidence that we've got the mentality and that the manager has got the bottle to get us across the line. And at the moment, I haven't seen that enough, Marty. I really haven't, bruv.
No, look, Dan, you break it down really well. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure on the watch along with you. Please let us know what you think in the comments, whether you agree with Dan. Marty, AFTV signing out.